Hi, I'm Heather Horn, and thanks so much for joining me today for the first episode in our SEC series, talking about SEC comment letters, and happy to have Kyle Moffatt as my first guest. So Kyle, what are you going to talk about?
So everything SEC.
Everything SEC related to comment letters.
Yeah, well, everything, but it's all relevant.
It's all relevant.
It's all relevant. But yeah, I had a Practicing Law Institute session with the SEC, so got some nuggets there to certainly share in this kind of overview of this comment letter series, and then I think I'm lucky enough to join you on some of the other. I think later on.
Yes,
I'll
thank
participate
you.
in some.
Yeah.
But just I love it. I love it because I spent 20 years there, and there's still a little bit of interest in what I have to say on the topic. So I'm always happy.
So you haven't aged out then?
No. It's always people told me when I joined PwC, like, at some point no one's going to care anymore what you say, and I'm like, well, okay, I'm just going to ride that train.
And people still care.
I'll just keep talking. They're kind of listening.
Yeah. So then, Kyle, if we do this comment letter series every year, and some of our listeners may say, well, we often say the same thing every year, so why tune in to this series?
Well, I think first of all, you do a really good job of teeing up different questions, and so and then of course when I answer questions and you find something else I say and say, I got to go down this rabbit hole.
Yes.
And so I think we always go into it thinking, all right, we're going to have 20 minutes, and then we wind up with 35. I'm not sure how many we'll have
40
on this.
maybe. Yeah.
But look, it's a huge program. It's very impactful to companies. You have 250 accountants in Corp Fin reviewing filings. You have probably another 200 attorneys that are reviewing filings, working on rulemakings, and just in Corp Fin. And then what we see, right, in this environment, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of, macroeconomic conditions. There's a lot of, geopolitical issues. I mean, there's so much going on, high interest rates, everything changes, right? And so it's not a static review program. The staff is always focused on what's going on currently, what's happening today. So it's not just like what's going on globally, but it's also, hey, here are some other factors to think about. New rules, right? We have a lot of new rules, cybersecurity. We expect climate. So there's a lot that the staff should be focused on in the upcoming year.
All right. Well, I think probably people listen most to the fact you said we expect climate, but we'll save that for our next video. But to our listeners, definitely I encourage you to tune in for the series. Listen to Kyle for the first episode, and then we're going to hit some episodes talking about non-GAAP, MD&A, segments, business combinations, and one more that I forgot.
MD&A? Did you get MD&A?
Non-GAAP, MD&A, climate, segments, and business combinations. Maybe I did hit them all.
Climate wasn't one of them.
I didn't say climate right now. Non-GAAP, MD&A, segments, business combinations, and revenue. Revenue is the one we forgot.
See, I told you. I knew.
All right, so things keep changing, and there was a change.
That's why there's a change.
Yes, exactly. Yep. So definitely encourage our listeners to tune in, and then we'll wrap up this series also talking about enforcement, which you don't want to miss. So thanks. Looking forward to having you join us.